Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and let's get into the topic right away. So, according to Loop News, the police says that they have identified one of the suspects that are involved in the shooting of a policeman in Westmorland on Friday. The constable, Richard Barrett, was assigned to the Little London police station and was attacked and shot while he was at his bar in a section of the parish called Chantilly. Hours after the attack, reports are emerging that detectives are reviewing images that were captured on a CCTV camera of someone believed to be one of the attackers. Sources report that about 8:50 p.m. in the evening, the police was alone at the bar, which he owns, when one man visited and the man brought a cigarette. Give me a cigarette there. The man then left and returned with two other men, one of whom was armed with a firearm. Two of the men from the group proceeded to rob the constable of cash and other valuables inside the business. Reports are that upon leaving the business place, the men then opened fire, hitting Barrett. The attackers then fled. The police were called to the area and the injured policeman was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. His licensed firearm was actually still recovered at the scene. Now, there's more to this story that was covered in depth through the Jamaica Observer. Walk with me through this so you can understand. Check the details. Because a lot of people are asking, how did the policeman end up at this bar? I see a lot of comments on social media saying the police officer them need to leave the bar thing alone because enough of them are get killed at bars. Well, there are police officers here who actually own restaurants and bars and car washes and other businesses aside from being a police officer. It's not a start and end thing for them being a police officer, right? I also see comments that I'm very keen on where people are suggesting from the get-go that because he's a policeman, he's innocent and he was not involved in anything. Now, I'm not here to say that he was involved in anything. This could simply have been a robbery and they didn't care who was in the shop. Them a rob the shop and then them say, you know what, kill the boy too because a police, so I'm going to come back, come haunt we later after we rob him, right? Remember, I always say on SouFLoTV, listen, if you're going to rob me, right? I can deal with a robbery. I can get material things again. And if you want to come back, come rob again, then so be it. But at least leave people alive because you can't replace a life. And you can only rob a man once if you're going to rob him and then kill him. And half of the time, you're robbing him for things that are not even going to last you a month. You know what I'm saying? So is life really not worth nothing to you like that? Anyhow, Chantilly, Westmorland. Westmorland been running hot lately. Anyhow, and as you all know, this is a place that I have come to frequent in the recent years gone by. So, and I always speak of Westmorland in high regards. I like the place. I like the vibes in Westmorland. I like the whole heap of yang bike them about the place. The place just look free. But you can also tell that the place is dangerous to a certain degree. In other words, pay attention when you're on the ground because things can get from bad to worse to Wasara to the Wasara S you've ever known in the blink of an eye. Chantilly, Westmorland, a 47-year-old police constable, was among 4 people that were killed mere hours apart in this western parish between Friday night and Saturday morning. So it wasn't the constable alone that lost his life. Within a couple of hours, the constable and other people were also killed. Now, I'm wondering if any of these are connected to each other. The death of police constable Richard Barrett was too much for members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and his wife, who was unable to speak with the Jamaica Observer when they visited. However, other members of the family spoke with the newspaper, including his 17-year-old son, Junior, who is trying to cope with losing his father right now. At 17, he died. He did not even get to see me graduate from high school. It is really hard, expressed Junior, who paused for a while to regain his composure. I wasn't expecting this at this young age. This is a time in life where, everyone has to pay their dues, but I never expect this one in my life, Junior said. The cop left his location. Now listen to his details, his movements. The cop left his location about 6 p.m. Friday evening when he reportedly received a phone call. He was at the bar already. He left about 6 p.m. Friday, a good Friday. He left about 6 p.m. and he received a phone call from some friends for them to meet back and have a drink at the bar. Even though his bar, that has a restaurant attached to it, was closed on Good Friday, he went back there anyways. However, it appeared that gunmen showed up at the bar before his colleagues shortly after 8. Passers-by reportedly saw a white car with 3 men lingering outside of the property. The friends, upon arrival, found Barrett slumped over the counter. His loaded firearm, which was on the counter, was not stolen. He's dead. Multiple gunshot wounds laid across the counter in his business, and his loaded service firearm was still right there on the counter. They didn't take the gun. Barrett was rushed to the SouFLoTV hospital where he was pronounced dead. Junior, his son, was sleeping when the shocking news of his father's death came. He said it took a while for it to sink in. Junior said that Constable Barrett was a loving and caring and good father who taught him a lot of things, and the slain cop served in the Jamaica Fire Brigade in Hanover before switching careers approximately 20 years ago. Now, at the time of the 47-year-old's death, he was serving as the Little London Police Station, also in Westmorland. That's where he was stationed. Despite a change in his career, the son said that it never crossed his mind that his father was leaving a risky job, which is the firefighting job, for an even more riskier job, which is a police officer, noting that his father loved his job. His brother also, which is Alden Hunter, who is also a fireman, said that the news was very difficult for their mother, who was always fearful each time she heard any kind of news about the policeman's death. She always thought could be one of hers, or could be her son. Hunter said that Constable Barrett is the eldest of 4 brothers, and the family looked up to him to ensure that all were in order. He's the peacemaker in the family who everyone looks towards to ensure certain things are getting done, Hunter said. Chevelle Monteith, Constable Barrett's stepdaughter, who works at the bar, was not around at the time of the shooting. Now, remember, it's a holiday, and it's somewhat of a religious holiday, and the bar was not open. So in case anybody is saying, oh, she probably set him up and she show up and make sure him get killed. Well, she wasn't going to be working today because the bar wasn't supposed to be open today. He got a call from some friends that said, yo, come on, we go link up and drink up, no man. And he went, right? And he was waiting for them to arrive, and gunman arrived instead. Most of the time, things would get so scary. We would be here. The front would be closed. His friends know that we would be there, so they would drive around the back, and the doors would be open, so they would come in, stated Monteith, who is the person that works there, right? She said most of the time the place gets scary with crime and violence. I told y'all before, the place now run too good. Could you imagine having your business and you have to do your business through the back door of your business because the area you live in, so much crime is going on. And this is a police business. And criminals have no respect for that. So you could imagine the pressure that regular people are under if police have it under that kind of pressure there. Most of the time things would get so scary here, crime-wise, that we would be here and the front of the business would be closed, she said. His friends know that we would be here, so they would just drive around to the back and the doors would be open, so they would just come on in. Another family member who gave her name as Barrett said that Constable Barrett was someone who didn't speak much. He's particularly that type of a person, Him just go work and him go home, stated the female family member. He wasn't a guy that mix up out a road, keep a lot of company or anything. Him just quiet like that, has his group of friends, and him don't speak much. Work, home, work, home. That is his MO. The family was being consoled and prayed for by members of the JCF Community Safety and Search Branch at the family home in Chantilly when the Sunday Observer arrived on Saturday. The police high command, in condemning the brutal attack on Barrett, has promised a thorough and detailed investigation into the circumstances surrounding his murder. The police will not be deterred by this latest attack. They will continue their focus on ridding the community of gunmen and guns and gangs who continue to cause death, pain, and mayhem, the High Command said in a press release on Saturday. The High Command is encouraging anyone with information to please assist the investigation. Contact Crime Stop at 311 or call the police at 119 emergency number. Now, meanwhile, the place was running red because reports are that Hibbert, who was at home when gunman kicked in his door and shot him in the upper body before setting his house ablaze. The police and units from Savlamar Fire Department were alerted. The charred remains of Hibbert were found among the rubble during the cooling down process. There was also a double murder, and Hibbert is 77 years old, by the way. So if you're asking where a 77-year-old get into why gunman feel like they had to kick off his door, go into his house, shoot him up multiple times, set the house on fire, and when the police them come and the fire truck come, they found him burnt beyond recognition. Charred remains were found. There was also a double murder in Betheltown Police Division, but no details were available about the double murder at the moment. So that was 4 murders, all taking place in a matter of a couple of hours, all within the same area. You see what I'm saying? So the place I run kind of red. So when the young lady said, when Chevelle Monteith says most of the time things would be so scary around here crime-wise that we would close the front door, and his friends knew that them in them on, but you just have to go around a back, Imagine police patrolling the area and still could not be able to protect a policeman's business. That rough. It's rough on the civilians, extra rough on the civilians, because they don't have no police backing. Them are a police friend. They're not seen as a batchmate. They're not seen as a squaddy, police would protect police, soldier would protect soldier, or law enforcement people would protect their own first before anybody else, and still. So right now, there is a picture from a CCTV camera. And if you look at the picture from the CCTV camera, you could actually see who this is. Now, me and you might not know who this is. Obviously, them have on like the corona mask them. But enough of the face is left exposed to where you would say, if I know this person, a Junior that, or a Steve that, me know say him. Whoever know these people, when they see this picture, they're going to know that this is them. So, in other words, somebody out there right now, and I would dare to say multiple people out there right now know exactly who these 2 guys are. Are they the killers? I don't know. They were the ones who were seen moving about the place right before the murder. See, they were the strange faces that were seen. And this is what's been released. So they're looking for these 2 individuals. Listen, neither here nor there. But in recent times, we have seen where our police officers, like, corruption is so entrenched in Jamaican society right now, from the highest level all the way down, from the top of the stream to the bottom of the stream, right? And on all levels. And people in a position of power who you would think are not involved in criminal activities are actually involved in criminal activities. What I'm saying is that we can't put anything past anybody, and this can be about anything. We on the outside can only speculate. Did they mean to kill a police officer because of what another police officer did? That can be one of them too. In Jamaica, we have something called you can't catch quacker, you catch him shot. That means if police in the area kill somebody or police in the area move a certain way and do certain things, mash up somebody business or something, and them can't catch that particular police, they will catch a police and make the police them feel it. Now this can bring about war between, like civil war, between police officers and civilians. However, it is what it is. See, it can also be a case of just a random robbery and these guys are not from the area. Because you know Jamaica stay already. Most people in your area, you know them. And them not gonna come rob your store just like that. They will usually, it could be orchestrated by somebody in the area who got somebody from outside the area to do it. Yo man, come in and come rob that place. I tell us, I want police boy own the place. Yeah, him have a restaurant and him have a bar next to the restaurant. And him a police and him have money. You see me, money I got in there, rob the place. And then we split the spoils and them thing there. It could be any of that. It could be a number of different things, a number of different reasons. I would even go as far into life insurance policies and all kinds of stuff. Leave no stones unturned. At the end of the day, we don't know. We don't know if this was a good police, bad police. We don't know if this was a reprisal for something another police did that blowback on him. We don't know if this is a case of somebody sanctioned a hit. Even sometimes it can be because you have all the business in the area and somebody else business not doing so well. So them hot up your business, commit a murder in your business, and everybody afraid of your business. Now all the business comes to their business. You understand? It could be anything. Condolences to the family. That's the most that we can do at this point, and we hope that we are able to hear the rest of the story. Why? Was this a simple robbery that went terribly wrong, or was there more to this story than is being told right now? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. Are you familiar with this part of Jamaica? Did you know this constable, this officer? And what are your thoughts on this situation right here? Yes, we know when police get killed is the same thing like when regular people get killed. To me anyway, even though it says a lot more when them brave enough to kill all police. Talk up. Catch you in the comment section. Catch you on the next video with SouFLoTV. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.